屋上のゆりれいさん、先生って呼びなさい。
Hey there, everyone! It is Friday again, and you all know what that means, of course! It's time for another session of Kindred Spirits on the roof, on the dog, whatever you want to call it. Last session, it's gonna be pretty hard to top the last session, by the way. I have to jingle. I have to play around with, I don't know, jingle. It's not even Christmas. I have to play around with the settings a little bit because, you know, I'm trying to get this a little bit more relaxed, you know, so I can kick back. That's what you should do also, by the way. Gonna be hard to top last session. Last session was just... Ooh, it was extremely good. Also with the absolute best, debatably, but I would say the absolute best lovemaking scene that we have seen so far in Kindred Spirits on the dog. Definitely topped Hutano in each cover. And that was obviously the one that is the most... That was the most concerning at first, you know, the one with Sono Sensei that we heard also in the intro right now. But we had a lot of lovemaking scenes. One, however, that hasn't been resolved, and that is, or that they haven't had a lovemaking scene yet, and maybe it's gonna happen soon. Is obviously between these two. Couple of steps were made, and Aki said, you know, I love you too, Yuka, and that was just freaking awesome. And we're gonna see how that flourishes, maybe, because we have finished September and now we are still in September, and we get to experience everything out of the perspective of Sasa. Sorry if I'm a little bit effed in the H, but concerning names. But let's kick back, relax, and head into Bonds 1, still in September. A bench on the roof, the two of us under a starry sky. Megumi and I sat beside each other, aware of the subtle shift in the air between us. I wonder what was different. Perhaps the mood of yesterday's excitement still lingered. That's an awesome wallpaper.
学園祭、楽しかったですね、幸さん。そうね。めぐみもう何回目？だって本当に楽しかったんですもん。めぐみ、学園祭にあんな風に参加したの初めてだったんですから。そうね。
Oops, sorry. Everything had been cleaned up, and there was hardly any trace of it left. This year's festival was especially enjoyable, not just for Megami, but for me too. And obviously for the Yuritopia that they were trying to establish, which definitely worked out in their favor. In their por favor. I saw all sorts of things together with Yuna-san, and I was treated to all sorts of food from the stands. But most of all, it was truly heartwarming to watch all the girls we've been helping have fun together. 最後の最後にすごいのも見ちゃいましたしね。True, totally forgot about that. That's why we are still lingering in September, because they actually were basically spying on Sono and... Okay, now it even makes more sense that the couple so far didn't know what the hell they were doing, because obviously they also... Well, they are young, number one, and number two is that these two also have to learn how it works. So that's why the couples got progressively better and better at it. But I think now that they've seen Sono and Tsurugimine, my absolute favorite character, my absolute favorite couple now, I think they pretty much learned everything from that, because Sono definitely know what she was doing and was fucking great. Oh, okay, yeah, that too, yeah. True! That's also what I want to know now. Like, we didn't even get to see how Yuna reacted. It's the same scene with Hutano and Ichikawa when they were like under the umbrella, Ela, We didn't get to see how Yuna-san actually reacted to Hina's confession. Which is a little bit weird, because we obviously don't see... maybe we will. Maybe we get, you know, this... I think it was at this day. Maybe we get to see that out of Yuna's perspective, even though I think we did already, basically. But I want to see her reaction to that. Oh well. Hina's confession to Yuna-san at the main gate. She enjoyed her feelings so boldly. I wonder how Yuna-san felt hearing them. あの時のユナの顔、面白かったな。She said it was funny. But okay, maybe they're gonna fill us in on that.
ダメよ、そんな言い方しちゃ。でも、同感だわ。
Hina-chan had gone completely silent, dumbfounded. Then she'd finally had started home with Hina-chan. Confined to the school grounds, Megumi and I weren't able to follow them. I wonder what Yuna-san's response was. Perhaps she'll tell us when we see her on Monday. Will she answer if we ask her?
Sachi-san.
Megumi laid her head on my shoulder. My adorable sweetheart. She knows the real me now, and she accepted it. I could go anywhere with Megumi. I would go anywhere as long as we're together.
Megumi?
And I called out her name with all the affection I could muster. My pulse quickened, my body temperature rose. I put my arm around Megumi's shoulder, pulled her body a little closer to mine, so that we touched each other more tightly. Wait, they can feel each other? Was that a thing? I'm nervous. I wonder if Megumi can tell what I'm thinking right now.
Sachi-san.
Wait, we gonna... Nah, we're not gonna get a scene between them, do we? Because they can't touch each other. Haven't we established that? I'm not entirely sure. Megumi's soft voice, barely more than a whisper, but my ears held on to every sound. So she could tell she understood we felt the same way.
Megumi.
For real? It wasn't something we discussed and decided. Neither of us knew that this would happen today. We may have just naturally understood that it was coming. That this was the time.
Sachi-san.
Okay. The time for us to become one. Really? Okay. Alright. Alright then. Let's go. Okay, I didn't expect that. Alright then. My hand still on her shoulder, I softly lowered her down. She slowly reclined on the bench. I bent down with her, supporting her weight. Our eyes were locked to each other.
Sachi-san.
I gotta say, yeah, I like the starry sky, that you can sort of see right here also as well. But the bench could have looked for something more comfortable, maybe.
Megumi.
But the ambience is there. We lay together on the bench, under the shine of the stars and the moon and the faraway glow of the city and the streetlights. I gazed down at Megumi, illuminated by those lights as she lay with the bench as her bed.
不思議ね。自然と私がこっちみたい。
Well, yeah, from her appearance also.
私もサチさんに押し倒される方がいいなって思ってた。
For our successes, I have an idea what to do next. Successes? You mean from spying onto other people? Though Megumi and I have never observed a couple at the same time, so our expectations might differ somewhat. But the fact that neither of us are wavering now may mean that our feelings are the same.
めぐみ、怖くない？ううん、全然。すごい嬉しいくらい。私もよ。めぐみ、大好きよ。サチさん。
Very good, very good. I slowly brought my face towards hers. Megumi closed her eyes and waited with open, inviting arms. Our lips met in a new sort of kiss. We faced each other, joining completely in the act, a kiss of complete and total intimacy. With our lips still together, I readied myself and tried. Tried what? To take off Megumi's uniform. Ah, okay. Tried. Ah, okay. Yeah. Figured as much. I realized. We were embracing each other, kissing, yet I couldn't remove her clothing, no. In the first place, we were so close to each other, yet we couldn't even feel each other. Not our embrace, nor our kiss. It was all nothing but an illusion. Yeah, figured as much. We still got some more work to do, because that's the thing. It would have been weird if we would get a scene now, considering that we still have Koba and Ari, and basically still Yuna and Hina, and I always forget their names, the two senpais from the track team. These three couples, okay. Koba and Aryu and the two senpais definitely need to come before them, because either this Nah, most definitely this. We also have Yuna and Hina. Either they are the finale, or these two are the finale. And I would say these two have to be the finale. Maybe we can also... Maybe we can decide that also a little bit. We have both scenes at the same time available, so we can choose. But, now these two have to be the finale. And if Aryu and Koba would come before that, that's a little bit weird, because, you know, it doesn't have quite the same impact, I would say, that these two would have.
どうしましょう?
It wasn't that we'd forgotten that we are spirits. We're no longer possessed of our bodies. They have long since faded into dust in our graves. We're spirits separated from all physical contact. That's why we can pass through walls and such.
まさかこんな時までサチさんに触ることもできないなんて
We'd sat together on the bench, embraced and kissed. Those were things we'd experienced countless times before. But we'd only been imagining them, making up the sensations. But having no experience touching someone so deeply, becoming one with someone, we couldn't even imagine it. So that means Yuna has to tell them? Unable to pretend, our fingers, our hands futilely passed through one another.
サチさんどうしようそうねどうしましょう
We stared at each other, stumped. Since becoming a ghost, this may be the first time I've been at such a loss. You still got some more work to do, apparently. Like, we don't know the credentials or what they exactly have to do in order to, you know, embrace each other, so gonna have to wait and see. Next is Yuna. We are in October and we are at Bonds 2. Let's try this on for size. Now it's gonna be really interesting. Monday, a week and 2 days since the school festival. Yet, yes, it's been over a week since then, since that busy, hectic school festival, since I heard those words from Hina at the end of it. Spill the beans, girl. Yuna, can I have more rice? Ah, sure. What about everything else? That enough? Ah, it's the awkward, let's just pretend... Yeah, we're at that point. Kind of figured. It's good. Okay. Hina confessed to me on the last day of the school festival. I love you, Yunane. The moment I heard it, my head just filled up with those words. Well, you have it for her, we all know that. I was too overloaded that day of thinking of anything else. I went home, made dinner, ate, staggered into my room, my face planted onto my bed, going to sleep just like that. And when I woke up the next day, it was like the words were still swirling around in my head. They were just stuck there after that. And they still are now. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, sorry, I wasn't listening. You're not gonna eat? Oh. The chopsticks weren't moving. I came back to myself realizing I'd been lost in thought. That's right, I still haven't answered Hina's confession. I haven't been able to answer. Since I don't know how. The answer just won't come to me. They came to you when you were looking at her on the school festival when she was running around. And before that. And when you were peeling potatoes together for the school for the school summer camp. During that, you kinda already had the answer. You know, you're not late, are you? I'm still good. I've gotta go soon, though. You can't be late to morning practice, okay? Hina's the same as always. Nothing has changed about my routine either. I make breakfast, we eat together, I get our lunches ready, we've eaten dinner together a few times since then too. Nothing's changed, but... my head's still filled with those words from Hina, and no matter how much I think on it, I can't come up with an answer. Thanks for breakfast. Blah, blah, blah. Breakfast! You're welcome. The dishes? Oh, could you soak the rice bowl? You can just rinse off your plate. Even with my head muddled like this, I still function. I'm still cooking and I haven't messed up a dish yet. But when it's something else, it's like the smallest thing will distract me and then I'm completely preoccupied with Hina again. You know what I mean? Oh, you're heading out. Here's your lunch. Your mom's on her regular shift tonight, right? I'm eating at home. Got it. See you. Yep, see you later. I saw Hina off off to her early morning practice. With that sigh, I could feel all my strength flowing out of me. I guess it took more energy than I thought it would to act normal in front of Hina. Totally nailing it. Being with her shouldn't make me so nervous, but I'm having a lot of trouble interacting normally with her after those words. Maybe that's because I haven't answered her yet. Yeah, most definitely. You can answer me whenever. Just tell me when you know what your feelings are, Hina said. She's fucking mature. Damn. Then she's merely waited for my answer as she said she would, appearing the same as always, not rushing me in the slightest. Still, I can't keep her waiting forever. But I just can't find my answer. I wonder why. Even though I'm thinking about it so much. Yeah, that kinda tells that you care about her. Obviously. Les Spirit? Never mind. Oh, okay, we haven't seen her in a while. Well, yeah, in the school festival, but that was pretty brief. Oh, morning, Yuna. Morning, Anno. I fell into my Seat after greeting Anno. She'd come up to my desk, but there was no energy within me to talk to her. It's been the same all week, ever since Hina confessed to me. I'm all over the place lately. Well, you see, Yuna. Huh? Yeah. I raised my head a bit when Anno addressed me. Thing is, that English homework we're supposed to turn in today... well, I'm completely out of it. I even forgot to check what Anno had forgotten. That was supposed to be part of my routine too. You forgot it. Correct you now, won't ask to see your answers, but could you at least let me see the question sheet? That's basically the same. Sure. The homework we were supposed to turn in today had separate questions and answer sheets, so I could lend her the questions on their own. It wouldn't be very good for Anu if I just gave her the answers after all. I think Anu understands I think that, which is why she only asked for the questions. I tucked the folder with my homework in it out of my bag. She also forgot, probably. Huh. I checked through the sheets in the folder, but... no way, I didn't bring it. I was astonished to find that the sheet with the questions wasn't in my folder. What? Really? We're only turning in the answers, but it's not like it's a problem that I don't have the questions, but... wow, you don't forget stuff like this too often, do you, Yuna? I think so too. Actually, I don't think it's happened at all since I started school here, or even a while before that. Getting what I need ready the night before is supposed to be one of my habits. What? Did I check last night? No way. How did I forget? I thought it was something I was particularly careful about, since I knew I'd never convince Arno not to forget things if I forgot them too. I'm sorry, Arno. It's fine. It's my fault since I forgot it. I'll just get someone else to show me. There's no big deal. Could you do that? I'm really sorry. Seriously, it's okay. I'm kinda in shock. Not so much that I forgot something, but that I just completely skipped that step of my routine last night. Hey, Yuna. Yeah. Have you been kinda tired lately? You're not sick or anything, are you? There was a worried look on Arno's face. Tired? Not at all. I haven't really been busy lately. Sick? That's not it either. I haven't caught a cold or anything, and physically I feel fine. It's just I can't stop thinking all the time. It's like it just never ends, or it never comes together. Yeah, I know what you mean. Did something happen? You seem kinda down, you know? Do I seem down? Something certainly happened. You can talk to me about anything if you want, like really anything, even if it's crazy. Sure. I give her that voice. Has Anno noticed, after like 50 parts or something, has Anno noticed I'm acting weird, aren't I? That one little sentence from Hina has me acting so weird. I'll believe you whatever you say, Yuna, so really anything you want to tell me, go ahead. Believe me, what does she mean? What's there to believe? Asked Fox Mulder about asking for advice. Anno's wording is a little odd, but believe, huh? Would Anno believe me? That Hina had confessed to me, that I couldn't answer her right away, that I've been struggling to answer her all this time. Tell her. Well, actually tell Nina, she might actually have good advice. Anno probably too, but I would say... yeah, I would totally tell it Nina. Definitely. Or tell, well, you don't know Ichikawa or Futano that well, but yeah, just ask Nina. Can I tell Ano that Hina, another girl, confessed to me, and that's why I've been so out of it? Apparently not. I mean, you can, but apparently she doesn't do that. Sachi-san. Oh yeah, I said Sasa in the beginning, right? Of course I meant Sachi-san. Because Sachi-san is Bay, as we all know. Bay Area. It's been a while since we've gathered like this, hasn't it, Yuna-san? Yeah. Yuna-san replied emptily, none of the usual energy in her voice. Does she have energy in her voice usually? I'm not sure. We hadn't gathered on the roof during lunch since the festival ended. Megami and I were busy searching for the answer to the quandary we just encountered. Damn, I'm using big words here. And Yuna-san still seemed to be struggling with Hina-chan's confession. Nevertheless, we decided to gather like this once again. But Yuna-chan hasn't responded to Hina-chan after all. I'm sure of that. Kinda like the Sono-sensei situation, isn't it? There's no energy in either her voice or her manner. We may have a bit of a problem here. Is there anything to do? Well, let's see. Yuna-san had suddenly lifted her head and asked, so I faltered for a moment, too taken aback to find an answer immediately. What is it? What do you need me to do? Yuna-san must have thought there was some problem occurring with one of our charges again. Let's just take care of it, she said. The words were so unlike her. Was she that impatient, or... Yeah, she really needs to get something in her mind that is not Hina, basically. Did she really want to avert her eyes that much? Hey, what's going on, Yuna? You're not acting like yourself at all. She's right. The usual Yuna-san would never be so hasty. You're usually much more meticulous with planning and thinking before you act. That's for Shizi. There aren't any girls in any particular trouble. Everyone's getting along quite well now. Are they? Yes, if there's any problem, it's... Who is it? Yuka and Aki-chan. I was about to say you at the moment. Yuka. Wait, why? Yes, remember, Yuka-chan confessed to Aki-chan during the school festival, and it was up on stage 2. They even kissed in front of everyone. Yeah, and they cheered. Right. Had she heard about that? It seemed Yuna-san hadn't seen their kiss. Yeah, she was too hasty getting out of the outfit, I guess. It's kinda a topic of conversation in the faculty room. I'm worried the two of them may get in trouble. Why? I see. Yes, it seems they drew a lot of attention. Well, obviously. I'm not sure there's anything to be done about it, though. That's true. Yuna-san said, appearing a bit disappointed. I doubt her frustration stemmed from an inability to help, though. She was probably just discouraged finding that there was nothing she could concentrate on. This is fairly serious, it seems. If only there was something we could do to help. Hey, Sachi-san. Megami-chan called quietly to me as I was contemplating how best to address the matter. Yes, Megami. You don't want to ask Yuna about... You know... Well... You know refer to the problem troubling us at present. Oh, that's what you meant. Yes, on that Sunday night after the school festival. Maybe they are more connected. Well, you know, now maybe, I guess? Okay, now it actually all makes sense. Do you remember that these two can basically attach to Yuna? And when they attach to her, they could actually, that's why they also were able to taste the food. And when they attach to her, they also, you know, basically have a sense of taste as well. And they also can pull on her and stuff like that. Basically, sort of possess her, I would say. So, given that they are connected to Yuna in that sense, I guess since Yuna is doesn't know how to respond until she actually gets together with Hina, or basically tells her yes or no, there's no way for them to for them to actually engage in, you know, lovemaking together. That's the thing, I guess. I don't know how it's gonna be probably gonna be explained why they are so connected to Yuna. I'm actually gonna, but yeah, I think they are really, since they are so connected to Yuna, since she's having trouble, like she's contemplating about her feelings, doesn't know how to respond. Until that isn't resolved, they can't do anything, basically. Pretty sure that's the thing. When the time was right and we tried to become one, the problem we realized then. The fact that being spirits, the two of us could not touch one another. In other words, if things remained the same, we would never achieve our first time. When confronted by that fact, Megami and I had been dumbfounded, bewildered. We had gained a helper, Yuna-san, and had assisted all sorts of girls with their love. and those girls had overcome whatever troubles faced them before joining in both body and soul. We had seen them do so. Which is a little bit concerning. We'd finally obtained the knowledge of just how two girls become one. All we needed to do now was experience our wonderful first time. Yet, I would actually like a sheet in which we can actually see which couples Megumi observed and which couples were observed by Sachi-san. Sachi-san, obviously, I would say Sono and Tsurugimine. The broadcasting team, Futano and Ichikawa, was observed by Megumi. We know that. That is a fact. But I don't know about the other couples. But I would say Sono-sensei and... who can enter that building? I think Sachi-san. So Sachi-san might have seen Sono and Tsurugimine. Then we have Maki. That's a problem. That is the inner building, which can be... Who can be there? Oh, Sachi-san, because she actually made sure that Maki went to the hideout. So that was also observed by Sachi-san. What other couple did we have? The two senpais didn't count because they had a fight afterwards. I think that's yeah, I think that's everyone. Yeah. So Sachi 2 and Megumi 1, and Megumi saw the one who didn't even know what they were doing. Like, she has the least experience so far. Neither of us had anticipated this problem appearing at the very end. Do you think that's really the only way? Yes, I imagine so. Then we'll have to get Yuna's help. Yes, of course, but at our wits' end, Megumi and I had thought was there a way for the two of us, to experience our first time to become one with each other. We had come to but a single conclusion. Do you want me to do the asking then? But I'll ask her if it's something you're not comfortable doing, Sachi-san. Ah. Hey, Yuna. You mustn't, Megumi. I actually like that. I hurriedly covered Megumi's mouth with my hands. What? Sorry, I wasn't really listening. Yuna-san raised her head as if coming back to herself. She really seemed to have not heard any of that. She hadn't even commented on my covering Megumi's mouth either. That's how preoccupied she seemed. I'm sorry, Yuna-san, it's nothing really. I love Megumi's look. Yuna-san said, again turning her attention elsewhere. No, she wasn't paying attention to anything. She seemed completely dazed. Sachi-san! Oh, sorry, Megumi. Even covering Megumi's mouth like this, I had no real ability to affect her voice at all. I couldn't even feel her face with my palms. Let's not ask her just yet. Yeah, she's preoccupied too much. What? I can't understand Megumi's dissatisfaction. Yuna-san is the only one who can solve our problem. But we can't do anything unless we get Yuna's help. Yes, she's exactly right. The two of us had produced a solution. Let's see if my guess is actually what it is about. For Megumi and I to possess Yuna-san and, if possible, Hina-chan and experience our first time that way. Ah, so she is Yuna and Megumi is basically Hina. If we could not touch each other as spirits, then all we needed to do was possess someone, borrowing their bodies. That would... Oh. Ah, I get it. Okay. I get it. All we needed to do was possess someone, borrowing their bodies. That would be a way of achieving our goal. Of course, we would need Yuna-san's cooperation to do so, but it would be so cruel to ask something like that of Yuna-san just now. Yeah, and it wouldn't be right, and it probably wouldn't work because it would be forced. You think so? Yes, it looks she's still overwhelmed with Hina-chan's confession. But it's already been over a week. That shows how much she's struggling with it. I believe she is taking her contemplation very, very seriously. She should just hurry up and answer her. I don't think there's anything she needs to think so hard about. There kinda is. It may appear that way to you and me, Megumi, but I'm sure it's a question Yuna-san feels she must give due consideration to. Sheesh, what a pain. Yeah, I mean, better you do it that way than just, you know, be like Sono-sensei and be like, yeah, it's just a phase. It'll grow out of it. Let's give her some more time, alright, Megumi? Sure. Yes, we can still wait longer. We've already waited 30 years after all. It shouldn't be at all difficult for us to wait until Yuna-san has arrived at her answer. For now, we need to allow our impassioned hearts to settle. Your answer to Yuna-chan must be really important to you, Yuna-san. Even an observer can tell you're not the same as usual. That's how deep your worries run. Very well. I want you to think long and hard. And if you give a proper answer, I'll be happy. Jeez. Let's wait a bit longer, alright? Yeah. Megumi still didn't seem satisfied as she answered. And at that moment, an announcement on the PA system rang out, loud enough that we could hear it on the roof. There we go. Aryu-san, Aryu-aki-san of 2nd year class C, Koba-san of 2nd year class D. Please report to the guidance counselor's office after school today. Once more, Aryu-aki-san of... If they get a scolding, I'm gonna be pissed. Bruh. I want to see the conclusion of this. Definitely. Everything is piling up, so maybe they have a little bit of a problem now. With the law. If you want to consider a principle the law. Kinda is in the school at least. Yuna, Megumi. After school. Homeroom went a bit long after classes. Then I was on cleaning duty and a few other things still all slowed me getting here. In front of the guidance counselor's office, Yuka-san and Aryu-san had been called here over the PA system during lunch, and I had found myself too curious to stay away. Thank you. Megumi was already there, and when I called out to her, she had pulled her head out of the office and turned to me. Yuka and Aryu-san already here. You're late, Yuna. They went in forever ago, and the teacher's already... Wait, what do you think you're doing? And she's mad. The other reason for my delay was currently clinging onto my bag. Oh, okay. What do you want me to do? Sachi-san can't get into the building if we don't do this. Yeah, Sachi-san. She stopped me outside before I could hurry to the guidance counselor's office, called me up to the roof, and told me she wanted to go along by possessing me. Well, I'm curious about Yuka-chan and Aiki-chan too. I asked Yuna-san to take me. That's that. Is that so? I suppose that's not helping it then, but don't get too close to Sachi-san, Yuna. She kinda has to. Does it look like I have a choice? In my reality, Sachi-san's the one clinging to me, but I suppose that's not how the world works to Megumi. Not a lot I can do about that. So what's going on inside Megumi? Alright, it looks they are getting in trouble for that kiss on stage at the school festival. I thought so. I ducked into the wings as soon as Yuka's song ended, so I didn't see, but apparently after Yuka's confession she pulled Aryu-san up on stage with her and kissed her in front of everyone. Under that, by the way. So the students were cool with it, but apparently that's not how the system works. I heard about the confessing part, but I didn't think she'd do that much. I'm not disappointed that I missed the action, though I kinda would have liked to see it. But she really did get into trouble, huh? Get in trouble. I wonder if they couldn't overlook this. I don't know. It looks like the vice principal is inside too. The vice principal too. Doesn't sound like a slap on the wrist then. I wonder if they'll be suspended. Come to think of it, I heard Maki-san got 3 days suspension for that business with the 3rd year. Oh, yeah. I was about to say, what? Yeah, of course. What sort of punishment does kissing on the stage at the school festival get you? I don't think they'll be expelled or anything. Nah, of course not. And I wonder if there's a difference in how they are treating Yuka and Aryu-san. Yes, considering that Aryu-san is on gate guard duty. If they were called here together, are they both getting in the same amount of trouble? Either way, there's nothing we can really do. Huh, Tomi-chan? Oh, hello, Tsurugimine-san. It was Tsurugimine-san. What are you doing here? It's Kiri. Well, you know, since Yuka was called over here, I was kind of curious about Yuka. Yeah, because we're friends. Oh, you are? We were in the same class last year. I guess we just got along. Now it's all coming together. Now they are all a big group. I had no idea. That's kind of surprising. Tsurugimine-san seems like the serious type, but then there's Aryu-san. I wonder if Yuka just attracts those sorts. And Tsuruka-chan was on the PA system too, so... yeah, and she helped out, yeah. I'd forgotten about that part of Tsurugimine-san. Maybe she is kind of similar to Yuka then. Is Tsuruka-chan inside too, you think? She's in there too? Yeah, sounds like. Maybe Tsuruka-chan can do something then. I wonder, the vice principal seems to be in there too. Oh yeah. Yuka really did something crazy, huh? Kissing Aria-san? I kinda wish I had seen that. I was too busy to go watch her show. Right. It's been a week since that busy, eventful school festival. I feel a bit sorry for Yuka and Aria-san getting called here after all this time has passed already, but I guess that's just how serious Yuka's offense was. Yeah, it was a criminal offense. Better charge her criminal charges here. What the fuck? A week since the school festival. It's been that long. It's been that long yet. I still haven't responded to Hina at all. There we go. This is just reminding me of all the time that's passed since then. Well, there's nothing we can do until they are done in there, huh? Yeah. I want to see what they are being charged for and with. I thought maybe we have to wait until the Yuka part. Thankfully, apparently that's not the case. About 30 minutes later, thinking we've waited a while and I wonder how much longer it'll take. Chatting a little with Tsurugimine-san and Sachi-san and Megumi, and then thinking about Hina again when the conversation ended. After that sort of time had passed, finally, the door to the guidance counselor's office opened and Yuka and Aria-san emerged from within. They don't look too troubled. Sono-sensei followed them out as well. Ooh, they had her on her side maybe. That would be pretty beneficial. Thank you both for listening. Isn't quite right, is it? All you got was a warning this time. Sono-sensei is the best, told you guys. Sono-sensei. Nice. All you got was a warning this time, but you really can't do things like that, okay? I get that you were having fun at the school festival and all. Sono-sensei was admonishing them. A warning. If that's all they got, then there was no suspension or anything. Thankfully, we have arrived at 2020. Thank you very much. Right. I'm sorry for the trouble. Well, it's good to cut loose when you're a student and you can. What? It's good to cut loose while you're a student and you can, but don't make the teachers worry too much about you, alright? Yeah, really sorry. It's rare to see Yuka acting so repentant. But I've got to ask what happened, I suppose. Yuka! Oh! Hearing my shout, Yuka perked up and turned my way. Tsurugimine-san called out to Yuka and Sono-sensei after me. Ah, Yuka! Hey, Tsuruga-chan, what happened with Yuka? What are you two doing here? Well, you called them over, so... Yuka hasn't been suspended or anything, has she? Nah, I'm good. Made it out with just a warning. I see, that's good. Really, it was something Yuka did, but it wouldn't feel right if she'd gotten suspended or expelled because of it. Yeah. You two should reflect seriously on your actions, alright? And... I know what is going inside Kitty's head now. Kind of. Right. I can't believe you just got a warning for that. You kissed up on stage, right? Ah, well. Sono-sensei came to our rescue. Thank you so much, sensei. Guys, she's the fucking best. Tsuruko-chan. I'm impressed that Sono-sensei would defend Yuka in front of the vice principal. That's what it had seemed like according to Megumi, who'd peek inside. Oh, it's fine. As long as you reflect on it. I think suspension is too harsh for something like that. Ah, that's my Tsuruko-chan. Hey, Tsurugimine-san. Tsurugimine-san grabbed Sono-sensei. They've always kind of been like this, but now that they are, well, together, it's kind of hard to watch when you're together, like... I guess you can hug each other and stuff like that. If I answered Hina, would we... No, what am I thinking about? I was more surprised to hear that it was Aria-san, personally. Hey, let go of me, Tsurugimine-san. I didn't think you two were that close, sorry, but, like, it's kind of hard to imagine. Ah, well... Phew, Tsurugimine-san's voice brought me back to myself a little. Good. And just when I thought that, that's all thanks to Yuna. Yuka suddenly turned to me. Huh? What? Tomi-chan? Everyone's eyes all turned to me. All eyes on you. Yeah, it was all thanks to the advice and stuff Yuna gave me. The advice and stuff. I totally forgot to thank you. What? You don't need to thank me or anything. What are you saying all of a sudden, Yuka? You did, Yuna? Really? Yeah, those perfect lyrics of mine only happened because Yuna was there every step of the way to critique them. She really tore me a new one at first. But thanks to Yuna's advice, the lyrics got better and better. Yuka, cut it out. I know I did that, but don't be so modest. I only had the perfect song because you were there, Yuna. The perfect show. And I only got to be friends with Aki because you told me to start there. I know I said that, but I'm really freaking grateful. It was all thanks to you that everything with Aki and me, and my show, went well, Yuna. You were way cool back there too, Aki. What you said to the vice principal was rock as heck. I'm only here right now cause of you know. I didn't have a choice but to do all of that. It was all to help Sachi-san and Megumi, right, to get Yuka and Arya-san together. To get them to become a couple. A couple, one that kisses, like Yuka and Arya-san did on stage at the school festival. That hugs like Tsurugimi-san and Sono-sensei are doing now. Kiss, hug, are those things that couples can do. Is that why they do them? If I become a couple with Hina again, fucking love this. Like Yuka and Arya-san, like Sono-sensei and Tsurugimi-san. Both of them, two couples in front of me right now. Their faces are all... My head's becoming a huge mess. Stop it. The mess became too much and I shouted. Oh. Shouting cleared my head quickly after I realized that I'd shouted, after I realized that everyone was staring at me. I felt like they could see through everything I was thinking. Sorry. I couldn't be there anymore. My legs just started moving on their own. Yuna! Wait, Yuna, where are you going? I was running. But Yuna, if you run like that, I lose my grip. Well, I can't just stop, can I? I want to get away as fast as I can. Please, if you're going to go somewhere, could you go toward the inner building? You won't let go of me here, will you? Ah, jeez. Okay. Actually, if she gets alone time with Sachi-san, that could be pretty good. This is getting really troublesome for Yuna. Damn. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's see what Sachi-san is telling her. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I can feel that. Phew. I sat next to Yuna-san, who was panting roughly. A hallway in the inner building. Yuna-san had finally stopped there. The hall was deserted besides Yuna-san. The third years using the inner building classrooms had mostly retired from their clubs and committees, and this building was now quiet for the most part. Yuna-san was trying to get her breathing back under control. She'd been running with all her might. You were running at an incredible pace, Yuna-san. It was all I could do to keep clinging to you. I remarked, though perhaps Yuna-san was still having trouble breathing because she didn't answer me. However, after a short time, her breathing regained its composure. It's like we get voice acting for this. She stood still in the hallway, taking deep breaths. Say, Yuna-san, I ventured. What happened? Why did you run from there? What's on your mind? What made it so necessary to escape? I don't know. Yuna-san answered in a tiny voice. I don't know. She muttered once more. I see. Why don't you know? I merely asked her, since that was all I could do. Anything you have to say is fine. Would you tell me about it? But I could at least do that. You can take it slow. I won't tell anyone else. I could at least listen to Yuna-san's feelings. I'm a ghost after all, so you don't need to worry about confiding in me. Right. I can listen. If you'll just tell me about whatever it is you don't know right now. I won't tell anyone, of course. Not Megumi and not Hina-chan either. I don't know. Yuna-san answered once more, but this time I understood what she meant. About Hina-chan. I see. You don't love Hina-chan. You love her then? Yes, you do. I didn't need to ask you that now, but I'll let you continue. Since we've always been together ever since we were since we were born. We were always together. We always played together, ate together, went to the same school. So I don't know. That's how long Yuna-san and Hina-chan have been together. The relationship isn't like mine and Megumi's, which started from her confession. In that case, I can understand where Yuna-san's hesitation comes from. Can I tell Hina that I love her? And if I do, what will happen? I don't know. Not to echo Yuna-san's words earlier, but love is different for everyone. The love I feel for Megumi and the love Yuna-san feels for Hina-chan are different. So, is the love Hina-chan feels for Yuna-san? If Yuna-san responded to Hina-chan's feelings, it wouldn't make their feelings the same. Even if it's all love, the feeling is different for every person who feels it. You're right, I responded. It might not help Yuna-san with the doubts and fears she has right now, but I was the same way, I said, remembering. It was quite long ago now, when I was still living 80 years ago. I didn't know either what I felt for the girl who spoke to me then. Whether it was love or just admiration. I only understood in that moment I may have worried about the same thing, struggling to make sense of it, even though I couldn't even speak to her. No, I doubt I was thinking as seriously as you are now, Yuna-san. I avoided facing my own feelings. I became a ghost because of my cowardice. Have I changed some since I met Megumi? You two told me that I had. Say, Yuna-san, you're troubled right now, so confused, trying to face Hina-chan's confession. I don't need to read your heart to tell. That's good, I'm jealous of you, because you've always had the courage to face your fears. Say, Yuna-san, I can only tell her one thing. I've watched all sorts of girls since I met you, girls in love. They all valued their feelings, their love. On both sides, those who confessed and those who were confessed to. They faced the feeling of love for that other person inside them. I'm the same. I love Megumi. The feeling is mine and mine alone. So Yuna-san, I understand. Loving someone, that feeling, it's yours and yours alone. If that feeling has sprouted inside you, Yuna-san, then it's yours and yours alone. Love is something you experience for yourself. As I said that, I remembered, that's right, we spoke like this once before. July, before summer vacation, in the inner building. I said the same thing to Yuna-san then. That if there was something clouding her heart, she could tell me about it. That time you wouldn't, and you were struggling with something else, but this time you told me. Does that mean that I've become someone you can open up to? That I've become someone you'll answer? Say, Yuna-san, you can struggle and you can think. As long as you find a real answer for Hina-chan in the end, I'll be happy. I think that really helped. It definitely feels that way. And we are more upbeat, so apparently it did. Let's hope it did.